Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ankit. In today's video, we will talk about visiting US on a visitor visa, either B1 or B2. Specifically for Indians, there are about 126 million people who visit US every year. And out of those applications for B1, B2 visa, almost 27 to 28% visas get rejected, and if those visa applications are not for elderly people, then that rejection rate goes to 80 to 90%. This video is going to be about what mistakes to not make when applying for the US visitor visa. And this is my personal experience where I have got 100% approval rate. I've got my parents visa approved, my in-laws visa approved, including my sister-in-law, who is very young, between 20 to 30 years of age. It is, let me tell you, it is very difficult for the people of young age to get the visitor visa for US. So what is the first step to get the US visitor visa? First step is going to be to correctly and carefully fill DS160 form. So we will talk more about, very much in detail, about what mistakes not to make when filling DS160 form. People get confused, the problems people face, what type of visa they are going to choose, what are their travel plans, what to put in names or surnames. There are about 10 to 11 sections when you fill the DS160 form, and each section has possibility of making mistakes. And if your DS160 is not right, approval chances of getting visa approved is very low. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about what to fill in each of those sections, get your visa approved, so that you can confidently go in your visa interview and get your visa approved. Let's get started on how to accurately and correctly fill DS160 form. DS160 form is used to apply for any kind of visa, whether it is visitor visa, business visa, or work visa. But in this video, we are talking about the US visitor visa, so we will use that as an example. So come to this site, ceac.state.gov/genniv, or you can go to Google and search for DS160 application, and click on online non-immigrant visa application. Once you do that, it will take you this page again. Select the location from where you are applying. So since this is a demo video, we are going to use India. Make sure you choose wherever you are going to apply for your visitor visa. Once you choose that location, put this code in here. If you are not able to read this properly, then click on this refresh image and it will give you another image which is probably more readable. Enter that and then click on start application. Make sure you keep a note of this application ID because this is going to be important. I'll tell you shortly why. And then you will also remember the security question and the answer of that security question. This will be used when you are going to retrieve this application in later, because this application is long. Click on continue here, and this will take you the first page of filling out DS160. If you look at the left side of this page, these are the sections every DS160 application will have. This is general, this is for all kind of visa. I will show you each section what to fill so that your visa will have more chances to get approved. And then I'll also share the mistakes done by people to fill in these sections, and frequent questions and problems people face when filling out these sections. So I'm going to use this application as an example. So in surname, make sure you put your surnames and given name in your name. The people who don't have given name, they are going to put FNU in their given name. Or if only one name is present in your passport, say like there is no surname but there is a name in given names, make sure you put that as surname and FNU in the given names. That's one of the most common mistake made by people. Full name is native alphabet. This is something if your passport is in the local language, but for in India they are always in English, so you will check the does not apply. Next one is, have you ever used the other names? Use no if your passport has just one name, and then if you had another passport which has a different name, then you're going to choose yes here. Otherwise, you are going to choose no. Do you have a telecode that presents your name? Choose no here. then whatever is your sex, male, female, your marital status, put in that detail there. Date and place of birth. These are only suggestions, these are not any legal advices I'm giving on this channel. I'm just trying to help so that you can fill the form correctly. Once you fill that, say go to the next personal. Make sure you save every time you are changing anything, so those changes are saved. Once you click on save, it will come to this page. Just do a continue application and it will again take you to the same page where you were on. So click on next personal 2. On this one here, give your nationality. National identification number is going to be your Aadhaar card number, so make sure you put your Aadhaar card number here. If you don't have Aadhaar card, you can choose does not apply. Go to the next travel um, section. Now this is also again a very important section, and many mistakes are made on this one. So for visitor visa, make sure you are choosing the temporary business pleasure visitor. That's B, right? And when you are filling it up, it will only show you this one. Once you choose B, it will give you what specific kind of visitor visa, like, because visitor visa is B1 and B2 also for business and visitor or medical purposes. So make sure you are choosing the right one. Make sure if you are just going to the US for tourism, you are going to choose tourist slash medical treatment, which is B2. So again, I'm repeating, this is very important. You choose B here and B2 here if you are going to US on a visitor visa for tourism. Um, Another very important when you apply for DS160 application, your travel plans. If you know, I understand if it is very much in future, you don't have dates, but you should come up with certain plan where you say, okay, I'm going to stay in US for 3 months or 6 months or 4 months, and that is what you're going to put in here if you don't have the exact travel dates. But if you have the exact travel dates, make sure you put in those travel dates in here. Wherever you're planning to stay in the US, whether it is your relatives or it is a hotel or any kind of accommodation, make sure you put that address in here. Usually the two scenarios can be there: either you can pay for your trip by yourself, or someone who is living in the United States can invite you to visit them or do a tour of US with them. So if you look at here, there are certain multiple options. So share self, other person, employer, other company, organization. So if you choose other person here, it will ask you the details of that person. I will again press save because I filled two sections and I don't want to lose data. So I press save and then I'll again press continue application. It will again take me to the same page I was on, and then I'll choose next travel companions. If you have questions, or if you want our help to fill in the DS160 application, there are our contact details in the description section, so reach out to us. Continuing on travel companion, usually when people travel to US, they either go as a family or friends, so make sure you put other person also who are traveling with you. Here is the trick. And like I said earlier in the visa, the younger people have very less chance to get a US visitor visa approved. Planning to go to the US on visitor visa, you can apply for visitor visa along with your parents, right? So you can apply the visa as a family. You'll have more chances to get your visa approved. The other people are traveling with you. Yes. Are you traveling as a part of group or organization? Let's go to the previous year's travel session. It timed out, so this is what I was talking about. It can happen, right? So that's where I'll now show you how to retrieve your application, because I've lost that session. So I'll click on OK. I will again choose wherever location I chose initially. Going to put the code there, and this time I'm going to choose retrieve an application. Because put in your application ID, will click on retrieve application. Previous US travels, click on that. If you ever been in the US, make sure you put on those details. If it is also again a general mistakes done by people. If you have ever hold a US driver's license, if you ever been issued a US visa. So again, this question is not specific to the visitor visa. This question is general US visa, any kind of US visa. So these are the common mistakes. Listen carefully. I'm sharing my experience. I have applied visitor visa multiple times, at least 5 times, and I have 100% approval rate. So these are the minor details you need to make sure you watch this video till the end, paying the attention on each and every sentence or every section I'm sharing with you. Again, these are my suggestions. These are not legal advices I'm giving you. I'm trying to help you fill the forms correctly and accurately, so your chances of getting visa approved is improved. You put in your home address here. Any correspondence related to your DS160 or your visa application methods will be used to communicate with you. Social media, you all might be knowing what social media is because you are watching this video, you are on social media. So make sure you are putting in those details here. Now click on the passport. What is your passport? So passport travel document type is going to be regular. That is most general passport type, right? And give your passport number here. Then what is the passport book number? Generally 95% or 99% of people don't have the passport book number, so click on does not apply. Country and authority that issue the passport travel document, passport issue date and expiration date. And next we'll go to the US contact. Usually if you're traveling to US on a visitor visa, you might be knowing someone in US, so put in those details in there. Even if they are not sponsoring your visa, it helps in your getting your visa approved. This is one of the tips I give to the known people who come to me. What is the relationship of the contact person to you? So it may be your relative, it may be your friend, it may be your office colleagues which are in US, and you are just you know them, or your previous employer. Family, give your father's name and mother's full name. We'll go to the spouse and put in your spouse details here, nationality, and all those details. Usually spouse address is same, so same address, and then click on work, education, training. What is your occupation? So this is one of the most important topic or section in filling in the DS160 form. So what is your primary occupation? If you're working a government job, if you are working on a private sector, if you do your own business, you need to put the detail in here. Briefly describe your duties. Do that. Go to next. If your whole family, mother, father, and your brother and sister are coming to US, you have to fill 4 DS160 forms for each one of them. Were you previously employed? So this is asking about all the jobs you have done. So, the education section, all the educations you have done, you need to mention it starting from the 10th class or high school. Next, additional, do you belong to a clan or tribe? So fill that accordingly, your languages you speak, and then any other country. Have you traveled to any other country region within the last 5 years? Make sure you are putting, even if you have traveled 10 countries, make sure you are putting those 10 countries in there. Next, security and background. On any of the security and background, usually if you are yes on any of those, your chances of visa approval gets reduced to very low. And to a normal person here, this is usually all of them are no. So you can read those in details, very much details. I'm not going to read them all of these. Once you have filled all these details here, now that since you have filled all these section here, and we have talked about which section is more important, what questions need to be answered correctly, what are the tips and tricks. We'll go to next review. Here is it. This is your all information. If I'll browse through here, this is all information I've given. You can click on any of this button here to edit any information if you want to. Once we review everything, Next, location. So here is your location chosen. So this is the location where you will be submitting your DS160 form. Once you have all this, sign and submit. It will ask you all these things here. Once it is sign and submit, so if you haven't filled the application and someone else filled the application on your behalf, make sure you choose this. Did anyone assist you in filling out this application? Make sure you choose yes, and then make sure you are giving their names and their addresses there, right? um, so enter your passport travel document number here. Once you sign and submit application, that's where your application is submitted, right? Then you won't be able to change your application. This is my last step, and I'll press confirmation. This is your DS160 confirmation. This is the page you will need it when you will go for your biometric appointment or visa appointment. This is what you will need it. You should have received this information on your email as well. So, guys, this is what detailed information about how to apply the DS160 form correctly. I hope I have given you very much clarity on any of the questions or issues you are facing for DS160 form. Again, if you are needing our help to fill in DS160 form, please look at our contact details in the description section and reach out to us. This is all from my side today. Hope you like the video. Please like and share the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel as well. See you later. Bye bye.